Companies are cutting back. Resources are scarce still in this economy. The pressure to produce is greater than ever. So wonder then that a recent U.S. survey found that over 80% of employees said they felt overworked and underappreciated. Pamela Meyer is an instructor of business creativity at DePaul University in Chicago. Her new book is entitled From Workplace to Play Space: Innovating, Learning, and Changing Through Dynamic Engagement. Dynamic engagement. It sounds very complex, but it's not. It's not really. And you checked out some very successful companies, and you did find some common denominators there.
Yes, I did. And, you know, one of the things I discovered was that most of us are socialized that work and play aren't compatible, and the successful companies are finding a way to transcend that work-play dualism. So we find that these are productive companies, but people are having fun. They're very focused, but they're also energizing, and they're playful and they're serious at the same time.
You know, you sent us some video of some of the examples. You know, we've got employees, you know, doing the hula hoop and playing games. But there's more to that than that. It's not as simple as saying, oh, well, we'll just play, you know, hula hoops for 10 minutes and the company's going to get better. It's a real shift in the mindset of the company, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And that's really key, because we have been socialized that work is so much about productivity that we sometimes forget to think about the quality of the space that we're co-creating. And that's really the essence of this concept of play space. It's not just funny hats and games. Those can be energizing in many ways, so I don't discount those. But we're also talking about space for the play of new ideas, for people to play new roles, and for improvised play, and in fact more play in the system, more flexibility. All of these things are part of this idea of play space.
In other words, if you come up with an idea, nobody's going to say, no, we don't do that here.
Exactly.
Right? It's just being open to new ideas is what you're talking about.
And being able to build on those ideas and create space that all voices can be heard, and there's a real chance for people to engage in a much more fuller way.
You also talk about the holistic idea of management, and I think in the past, corporations have really been divided, right? There was the accounting department and the production department, and you're saying it should all be looked at as one organic whole. Really.
Absolutely. So we're really moving away from this metaphor of organization as machine to one that is more organic and holistic, and that opens up lots of possibilities for people to engage as whole people, and also for the system to communicate and collaborate in much more interesting and creative ways. And that represents a real shift, and we're seeing higher productivity, we're seeing more creativity and innovation out of these kinds of more organic and collaborative organizations.
But, you know, I think change is always difficult in any organization, right, especially when you're saying to people, take a bit of a risk, say something silly, come up with an idea that's silly, because people are always worried about, are they going to laugh at me? Are they going to, you know, there is a little sort of discomfort in asking people to break out of their normal routines.
Yes, and so we can't just flip a switch and assume that people will jump in and be taking risks. And that's a big part of what I write about in the book, that we have to create safe space for people to do that. And one of the ways that managers can do that, and leaders in the organization, is to do something that I call being a permission giver, to start modeling this behavior and start showing that risk-taking won't be punished, and give people a sense of what that actually looks like in the organization.
Okay. Got some fascinating ideas in the book. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.